Hi, I'm Jesse from the BracketPal team, and today I'm going to be demonstrating Monarch-style events. This is typically referred to as King of the Beach or Queen of the Beach style events, or rotating pairs, rotating partners. Basically, the idea is that an individual plays with another individual, and each match, the partners themselves are different. The team makeup is different. The very first thing, I've already got the teams loaded in and the divisions created by loading in the teams. So I'm going to assume that you've already done that you know how to do that. And from here, we're just going to go about making the pools and configuring the division and making the pools and the various rounds. So the very first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to edit our division here. So we have our one division here that's just called Women's Open. We're going to edit our division, and we're going to change this our division type from Pool Play and Playoffs to Monarch Pools. We'll go ahead and save that. Once that's done, then any pools that we create are going to use this modified schedule. Next, we need to set the seeds as we normally would. So let's go ahead and set the seeds, and we're going to just randomize this here. Obviously, if you have an idea of the proper seeding, you can seed it accordingly, but here we're just going to randomize. Finally, we're going to make our first round. So we have our teams, we have our seeds. Let's go ahead and create our first round. So we're going to start by doing create pool group. We're going to take all 16 teams, and this will be our first round. So we're going to want to actually name this. A lot of times you can get away with just leaving the pool group named pools. In this situation, we're going to want to differentiate the pool groups by indicating round numbers, and then later by splitting things up. So we're going to start with we're going to leave our day at starting on Tuesday. We're going to start it at 9 o'clock. We're going to go 30 minutes a match. We're going to do individual games. We're going to do 4 pools of 4 since we have 16 teams, and they're going to play 1 game per match. And we're just going to put those on 4 courts. We'll put them on courts 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's nice and simple. We'll create our pool group, and here we go. We've got our 4 pools. Now, if we look at an individual schedule, you'll notice this compared to a normal tournament, this will look a little janky because a pool of 4 only has 3 matches in it here. That's obviously not enough in a normal pool play for everyone to play everybody. But if we click on the pool itself and we view the actual schedule, you'll see that it is 2 players, two teams, so to speak, partnered up against 2 other teams, in this case players. The teams in this case are teams of 1 partnered up to play against each other. So that's why we only have 3 matches in each. This ensures that everyone is guaranteed to play with everyone against everyone in every possible combination. So from here we've got our first round configured. And then here we're going to go ahead and set up round 2. Now at this point we have 16 teams to start. We might say we're going to take the top 8 teams. So the top 2 from each pool will advance to basically like the equivalent of a gold bracket, but in this case it'll be another round of pools. So we'll go the gold pools, and then the bottom 8 teams will fall back into a consolation pool. They'll play that, and then they'll be done. So we're going to go ahead and create our pool group again, and our teams are coming from round 1. And we're going to, instead of taking 1 to 16, we're going to take 1 to 8. This is going to take the top 8 teams, and we're going to call this round 2 gold contention. And this can go, we're going to, so we started at 8 o'clock. We started at 9 o'clock, 3 matches of half an hour each. So we'll start this next round right away at 10:30 a.m. We'll go 30 minutes a match, 2 pools of 4 teams. We're going to play 1 game per match again, and then we're going to put our gold contention pools. We have 2 pools. We're going to put them on courts 1 and 2. We'll save that. So now you can see that we've got our second round that starts at 10:30. Now we've got to create our consolation round. So we'll create pool group again. And our pools now, we want to make sure we're not pulling the teams from round 2 gold contention. These teams are still coming from round 1. So we'll specify round 1. Instead of 1 to 8 like we did for the gold contention, we're going to take 9 to 16 for the remaining 8 teams. This one we're going to call round 2 consolation. Same thing, we're going to start at 10:30 a.m., 30 minutes a match, 2 pools of 4, 1 game per match. None of that's going to change. And we'll put these guys on courts 3 and 4. Perfect. So you can see that both of these pool groups are waiting for round 1 to finish up before they fully populate. And then we're going to create our final round. You can do your finals either as a single pool. You'd basically take the top 2 from each pool, and they would advance to one final pool. Or you could do something. Sometimes folks will say we're just going to take the top team from each of these 2 pools, from each of these gold contention pools, and they're just going to play a match and they get to pick their partners. I'll show both versions now. So if we go ahead and we create our pool group, and these teams now are coming from round 2 gold contention. And we're taking now, instead of taking 1 to 8, we're going to take 1 to 4. So this is taking the top 4 teams from the gold contention pool group, which will end up being the top 2 from each pool. We go to the next step, and we're going to call this one round 3 finals. Round 3 gold finals. Now it's 1 pool. Our previous one started at 9:30. Started at 9, went to 10:30. Then 10:30 will go to noon. So we're going to start this at noon, 30 minutes a match. And then we're going to save our pool group here. And now we've got our gold finals. Now you'll notice this pool group has nothing populated underneath. That's just because it's waiting on a fully pending pool group. Once this next pool group populates, this one will start filling in some of the other details. But for now, it's going to sit like this. If we need to edit it or anything, you can always go click the little edit icon and edit the pool group. At this point, too, you'll also notice we didn't set up anything for the gold contention, the bottom 2 from that. In that situation, we could just say the bottom 2 will go home. You're free to expand this out as you would like. But generally speaking, you say, we'll guarantee you'll get 2 full pools of play, and then that's it. So that was demonstrating just doing it with a gold final pool itself, which in that case, the team that ends up winning that final will be the winner of the tournament, or that has the best record in the pool will win the tournament. The alternative approach, which I will demonstrate here now, is we're going to delete this pending pool group here. And we'll treat this as the winners of each of these round 2 gold contention pools will then play each other in a single match, and they'll pick their partners. So we would go create playoff bracket, and we're going to take them from round 2 gold contention. And we're going to take seeds 1 to 2. This is going to basically be the top players from each pool. We'll call this the gold final. This is again going to be at 12 o'clock, and maybe this one will actually make it a full match. We'll go 3 games per match. We'll play a final match for this one, and we can enable a bracket preview if we want here. We're going to put this on court 1, and we're going to create the playoff. We've got our playoff bracket, and then this will populate basically once we've finished up. Once the gold contention round finishes up, that will, of course, populate the bracket as a normal bracket would. And it'll basically be a normal bracket of a single match. And BracketPal does not manage the roster change that would come into this. Basically, it would be like, because it's going to be 1 player against 1 player, and then you would give them their choice to choose a partner. So hope you found that enlightening. If you're looking at running a Monarch style event, go ahead and give us a call. Go to BracketPal.com. You can find our contact information there, and we'll get you all set up. So thanks, and see you next time.